Talk. Happy Tuesday. And here at Let's Talk, we love to talk about issues that are common to all of us so we can come up with practical solutions and less talk. So, of course, you see, it's just me today, still Cheryl. Jason is not here. And of course, you can tell me how much you miss Jason later or not. But here I have a wonderful couple with me who are authors. They have been married for a very long time, and they're here to share with us because today our topic is 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage. And of course, you know, we talk about marriage a lot on this show, and you know why? Because we believe marriage is the foundation of the family, which becomes the foundation of our community and the foundation of our very existence, right? Because everything rests on family. And so I'm going to ask our co-hosts to tell us a little bit about themselves before we get into the meat of the matter for this evening.
Okay.
All right. Good evening. We are Vito and Linda Patrick. We are the co-authors of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage. Linda and I, we have been married for over 22 years.
Wow.
We have 3 adorable children, Victoria, Vito II, and Victory K. And we are very passionate about what we do. One of the reasons we wrote our book is to help couples, and we just love helping couples because, like Cheryl mentioned, you know, that they talk a lot about marriages on their show, and we just love to help couples because we want couples to thrive and we want to see couples succeed.
Yep. Definitely. Okay, what am I supposed to say? So we at what, Catch 22 now. So it has been a time. And for us, it started off with that, oh, glorious honeymoon. And then, you know, as all couples do, they get that drought. And sometimes he doesn't remember, but I remember the drought, right? And so it's been great just doing life with him and, you know, with our kids and stuff. But it's not just about us. We wanted it to be more of how could we help other people? How can we share what we have learned? And even, you know, we share on Unique Couples YouTube channel and Facebook and all of these different places. And we've interviewed couples and we've, you know, gathered all of this information from other people. And we just didn't want to keep it to ourselves. So it's just like, you know, being able to share. And so I work during the day helping people, helping kids, and so in the evening it's doing the same thing. So it's just a part of what we do, and we just love being able to allow our life to reflect that, hey, yes, we do serve a God.
Amen.
And so that's it, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you on the show. And of course, we welcome our viewers. We definitely want you to call us at 352-8255, where we'll entertain all of your questions and we'll have that conversation on the phone. And also, please continue to drop your messages in on the YouTube chat. Of course, we definitely want to hear from you. And so we're going to start off. And the reason why I like having you both as a couple, because you're both, and of course, we're going to have our viewers. They're going to be watching your facial expressions, so you know. But you're doing it, you're living it. And I'm sure whatever it is you have to share with us will be from your personal experiences. You know, it's okay to read books and to watch things online. But when you hear from people who have actually experienced it, I think it hits differently. So tell us, what are the 7 pillars of that will strengthen any relationship?
Wow, yeah. And it was a hard pick, you know, because there's just so many other things that you could do to build your relationship, your marriage. We're not saying that there are only 7 things.
Right.
Yeah.
We're saying that, hey, start with these. Build on these and watch your marriage bloom, watch it blossom. And so, so just start with that. And part of what we did was we looked at our life and what helped us to grow and, you know, kind of keep it steady.
Right.
And also with the interviews and stuff, with the research that we did with other couples who we interact with. And these were the emergent themes.
Okay.
And we kept up with the P's and all of that. So so we came up with these 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage. And I guess, we'll share. Yeah, I think we kind of like did it like a foundation, one on top of the other, and continue.
All right.
Yeah. So I love the first one. I love the first one.
So the first one is promise. And promise is the lasting, the foundation of lasting love. When you build your home, you have your footing, and they put the steel down and they pour the concrete. That's your foundation for your home, and you want a strong, solid foundation. And the first pillar that we're talking about is promise, and that foundation is the lasting love. Every marriage starts with a promise.
Yeah.
And that promise is very important in marriage. And you want to ensure that that promise is maintained, that promise is kept, because that's the foundation. That's where it started.
So what is that? Is that the promise to love, or spell it out for me? What is that promise?
So the promise, it's not just, it's definitely the connection with God, the promise that, hey, yes, you can have this relationship. You can be in this marriage and it could be healthy. So it's the connection with God, definitely. And then, of course, the promise that you make to each other.
Okay.
So during this pillar, this pillar, we talk about getting that connection in terms of your vision. What is it that you want? So, we kind of like did that exercise where, Vito wrote his goals and plans and dreams and what he wanted to accomplish, and I did the same. And so we invite couples to, okay, now put those together. Talk about that. Discuss this. Now this is your couple's goal. And then if you have kids and stuff like that, let's look at planning your family goals.
Right.
And so this vision of what you want your relationship, your marriage to be like is a part of this promise in this first pillar. So we're talking about keeping this connection with each other. And of course, I think ladies, and I knew definitely from personal experience that I had to start with myself. I had to get the me circle working first. And then I could, of course, doing that in connection with God, then I could work on the relationship and how I dealt with Vito. Because when I found that when I didn't know who I was, wasn't sure of what I valued and what was important to me, and I just allowed everything to just be dumbed down. It's like I didn't matter.
Okay.
Everything else mattered, and yes, it's okay to take care of your husband and your children, and everybody else and their needs came and mattered, but I didn't.
Okay.
And so starting with, and we talk more about that with my story in that part too, starting with making sure that, hey, I love myself and I'm connected with God, and that helped even transform our relationship because I didn't start that way.
Okay, excellent. So what do you think causes, for example, if how can you tell if that pillar there is not solid with a couple? Can you maybe observe or listen to couples and know right off the bat, okay, they don't have that. They don't have that. What are some signs that you can observe and to say, okay?
So the thing with promise, right? When storms approach us, so that's when trouble come along the way. It's those promises that will keep us anchored together. That's why it's important that Linda knows her needs.
Right.
I know my needs. We come together, and it's that promise that we have to one another. Because when those difficult times come up, we're gonna have to make sure we still keep those promises or remember those promises, so we can get over whatever that challenge, that obstacle is, that storm is, because those storms will come and you won't know which angle it's coming from. But you have to.
That's true.
You have to make sure that you keep that promise.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely. And some of the telltale signs would be when. I think, I don't want to say it's just the lack of happiness, but the joy isn't there. Because happiness is based on, okay, something good is happening, and so I could get excited about
moment.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, just in the moment.
Mhm.
But the joy is in there, whether it's personally for the individual or just even being in this relationship. And so when you see someone and they're operating that, and it's like they don't have anything excited about. They're not looking forward to being with their spouse. They're not excited to be in their presence or talk. They're not looking forward to associating even with their spouse. Okay,
Right.
something's wrong.
Mhm.
And that could, of course, be because, whatever happened in their relationship.
Mhm.
But when you as an individual find yourself not happy or having this joy, because, I mean, you could tell that, hey,
Yes.
Mhm.
everything isn't right. And then you have some couples where it's just one person's dreams and goals being fulfilled. And when you
Mhm.
ask them about theirs, oh, I don't have any. Yeah,
Right.
that's
Or maybe
not.
they believe that their goal is to take care of the other person. It's funny because I was watching this, well, I'm on Instagram, maybe a little too much, but I was watching this reel and it was showing husbands' faces when they see their wives. I don't know if anybody ever saw it. And, it showed maybe about 6 or 7 husbands. When they saw their wives, you will see a picture of them just walking, and when they saw their wives, their faces lit up. Some started doing a little funny dance and they just walked, towards their wives. And every single husband in that clip was excited.
Ooh.
They showed another clip, wives when they see their husbands.
Oh, jeez.
And the wife, she'll be there. She's standing on the line and on a queue at the food store. And soon as she sees her husband, annoyance.
Wow.
Just like, oh God. And it's funny. And it didn't appear that these persons were putting on or, they acted it out. So as you talk, it's funny because sometimes some people do, one person's dreams is being fulfilled. One person is happy. And a lot of times people say in relationships, it's hard for both persons to be happy at the same time. Is that true?
Definitely not true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I believe that's definitely a myth.
How can both persons be happy at the same time? Because usually one person has to do a little more.
So we're talking about happiness as in not just based on circumstance.
No.
Because we're talking
In
about
here,
happiness,
it's
joy.
coming from the peace, a certain peace. Yeah.
And so that I think it has to do with connection, up and that way. And of course, yes, we're talking. Even if the couple decided that, hey, we're going to do all of the dreams, we're going to try and fulfill all of his dreams now.
Right now, yes.
But we had a discussion.
Yes.
We had a conversation about this, and we have a road map. You see, so that makes a difference. So I could be okay with, we're doing this for 5 years, and we're doing making sure that all of the things that we want or he wants is being fulfilled, and that's okay. But we have to have a conversation about that.
Absolutely.
We have to communicate. We have to constantly check back to see where we are, and and progress with that. And then of course we have to appreciate each other. Appreciate the fact that, hey, yes, I'm here with you. Yes, you're accomplishing this, but yes, I'm a part of this as well. And we have to feel that connection that we're a part of something bigger. We have to be a part of it.
I agree.
And I think that makes a difference.
Yes.
I agree.
And ironically, that would lead us into our second pillar,
Okay.
which would be purpose, knowing why you are together. Every couple is unique in their own way. And the thing is, marriage isn't about just sharing a home. It's about having a mission and having that mission together.
Okay.
So you mentioned about both persons being happy. Well, if you have that purpose, if you have that mission, and your mission would come from your vision, then both of you will know exactly what the purpose is, and from that, both persons will be happy.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And after on the other side of the break, we'll talk a little more about the 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m. Sharp.
The #1 talk show
In the world.
in the world.
Craig.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. And we're really talking. We're talking about Vito and his wife, Linda. They're co-authors on their book, 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage. And so we're getting into it a little bit. I don't know if we have any comments that we need to get into. Do we have any comments, sir? Okay, here's one. Judith McLean is saying, okay, I don't think that's for us, sir, but she placed it on. She's saying she's not able to join, but she'll catch us later. Nate McKenzie, she's saying that's true. Experience is a better teacher. And I think she's responding to my comment earlier when I mentioned that the Patricks are speaking from experience. Okay, and so we want to welcome you to continue to post your comments, and you can give us a call at 352-8255. But before we went to the break, I know, Vito, you're talking about your mission, and you said something that I found interesting when you said you have to understand why your mission together as a couple, and you were saying that every couple has their own purpose for being together, and so
Yes.
you want to talk a little more about that?
So every couple is unique in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Our podcast is Unique Couples because we realize that no two couples are the same. And when we talk about purpose, you will have your mission from that, from the purpose.
So what is a couple's purpose for being together? You see someone, you're attracted to them, you like them, you have a lot of things in common. Boom, we're in love and we're getting married. What does purpose have to do with that?
Well, I think it has everything to do with it. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that's,
Even when we look at going back to Eden, going back to Eden, God created marriage. That was one of the things that He created, right? And then our purpose, He created us to worship Him.
Right.
And so our marriage should be a part of that,
Yes.
of worship,
Yes.
of worshiping God. So the way we treat our spouse, the way we carry on in our marriage is a reflection of what we believe of this Creator who created us to worship and serve Him. So
Yes.
marriage should be a worship, kind of like a worship experience. No, like, don't come and crucify me because I said that. But if we look at it like that, and we look at how we treat and interact with our spouse, and we look at that person as this is someone who God created to worship and bring glory to Him. And we're in this marriage together. And so in this marriage together, we are serving each other. And as we serve each other, we are showing the rest of the world that, hey, we believe in God, and the fact that, hey, marriage was a God idea. And so our marriage should be a reflection of the fact that, hey, yes, we believe in God and the fact that He created us to worship Him. So we could find purpose in that. And when we look at this chapter as well, we looked at his needs, her needs. And I kind of mentioned, how I would put everybody else's needs ahead of mine. And that became an issue because then I became resentful.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
yes.
I became resentful because I was doing everything for the kids. And so our daughter is 20. 19? Okay, 19.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And so our son just came kind of like months almost after that. So it was like they grew up as twins. And so having to deal with them, interact with them, full-time job, husband, small kids, it was a lot. And I'm glad I had a village, I had a community to help, but then still at the same time, it was a lot.
Yes.
Because children require a lot.
Yes.
And you're supposed, do everything for the kids. And that's okay. But because I got so, consumed with doing everything for them, I kind of neglected me. And I remember someone, one of my sisters just saying, girl, you can let, anyway, wherever this goes, it goes, right? Hopefully they're not watching. She's like, girl, you can let Vito fill you up with all of these children, right? And weigh you down because I wasn't taking care of myself.
Yourself,
and physically, it showed that I was just weighed down and burdened, and I felt and I looked it because everything was making sure that the kids.
And a lot of times, if you say nothing, the man feels like everything is okay. And God bless their soul, they don't mean anything by it, but it's just how you just have to understand that as females, we have to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to talk to guys.
Yep.
We expect them to read our minds, and I'm learning that it's not a reality.
What he told me.
You know, we have to
That's-
speak.
Yeah.
And they're not good at
that's it.
checking in. Sorry, I'm going to beat you up tonight, just a little. Oh, your wife's here, so yeah. But, you know, they're not good at checking in to find out if you're okay, if you're looking like you're okay. And as wives, we're so good at looking like
Yes,
we're okay.
yes, yes.
And he gets the impression. And in the meantime, resentment is building up.
Yes. And
So how did that change? How was it a conversation? Was it a breakdown? Was it a big row? How do
So
you get from?
you kind of hit on something that's kind of crucial or important, where you mentioned that as men we cannot read your minds. So one of the things we kind of realized with Linda and I was that yes, I love you. I want to be together with you. We have plans, we have goals, but at the same time, some things you still need to tell me. Yes, there are things I will surprise you with. I will do things, but if there are certain things that you want,
Yes.
you will have to come out and say it because man cannot read woman's mind, and we know a woman has a lot of things going through her mind. So sometimes it's important for that woman just to tell your
Yes.
spouse, I want this, or we need to do this, X, Y, Z. So at the end of the day, all of us can be on the same page and we can accomplish the things we want to accomplish.
Yes.
So he actually said those words to me. So
Okay.
he said, you have to love you. You know? And I'm listening and I was like, geez, I'm the one with degrees and counseling and doing all these stuff. And he's telling me that I need to love me and I need to express it in order to get it. So if I don't say it, you know, I won't get it. And I'm like, oh, really interesting. And I proved that it worked because I was able to express what I was feeling and what I needed. And I saw more and more how he was able to make it happen.
Right.
And I know it's not the norm. I know people have challenges with it because their spouse may not listen, but at least you would have expressed. So ladies, express it to get it.
Exactly. And I think you have more statistics showing that women who are expressive with their husbands, they get results.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of women still sitting around waiting to this
Them to
day
read her
for
mind.
the husband to read their minds. And that's why, you know,
that was me.
statistics do show that married women are they're unhappy. And this is one of the reasons, because a lot of married women, they do a lot, like you're sharing. We do a lot. We're resentful because we're doing a lot, but we don't understand that we can do so much less, or we can do it in a different environment if we're more expressive with our husbands. So I think I'm so happy. Thank you for sharing that, because I think that's really, really useful to a lot of people. And let's hope women are listening, because we talk a lot, but we're not good listeners. So I don't know why the producer is laughing. I think he's agreeing with me again. So women, let's start listening as well. We have to take good advice when we hear it, and this is a good one. Express to your spouse instead of resenting him, thinking he should know better. He should read your mind. You've been together for how many years?
Yes.
Just say it. We go tell our girlfriends. We go tell our mothers and our sisters. Tell him. Tell him. All right. And so we're gonna get back to the professionals. So what's the next one?
So the next one
Pillar
is
number 3.
positive connection, keeping the bond strong, and that positive connection, that's another important one.
Yes.
Because you want to stay away from the negative. You always want to have that positive connection, but in order to keep that bond together, both of you also have to be on the same page.
Mhm.
I'm gonna want you to come back to the negatives. What are some of the negatives that you want spouses to stay away from? So I just wanted to throw that in after you're done.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
You know what? With this pillar, we look more at intimacy and friendship,
Okay.
and I thought this was important too. You know, like for me personally, because we didn't start our marriage as friends. You would hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, make your spouse your best friend." Well, no, he wasn't my best friend. It was more like, "Oh yeah, I love this guy." Yeah, it was just passion. It wasn't really friendship. It wasn't, "Oh, come and express everything that I wanted," and just took, bare my soul and tell him everything and what happened during the day, and it wasn't that.
Okay.
Okay, it didn't start off that way. Let me say, and. So it got to the point, of course, I'm like discovering and learning more about myself and what I need, and coming to this realization. Then I realized that, hey, we have to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a lot of marriages, the spouses are not friends.
Yes.
It's like, because when you think about a friend, you think about someone who you're excited to be in their presence.
Yes.
You want to tell them about your experiences and what happened. You want to tell them about your plans for the future. You're excited to be with them and to share. And, we get that, we get the euphoria and all of that. All of these positive hormones are in.
Yes.
We get that. But if we can gather and have that with our spouse, then I think it's something that we definitely need to work on. Because
but how do you build friendship after not starting out as friends? Because you may have a lot of persons who are in that shoe didn't start out as friends. So how do you go back and build a friendship?
I can tell you what I did.
Yes, tell us.
I just looked them in the eyes. They said, "Who would be my best friend?"
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was just that. Yeah, it was just that.
Like that.
Just
Okay.
like that.
And he said what?
Yes. I
Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
It's like new start.
Yes.
Let's start. So it doesn't matter where you are now. Decide. Let's make this a new start in your relationship. Make this the start of something better. Yes, you might have had all those negative experiences. Yes, you might have done the name calling. Yes, you might have hurt your spouse. Yes, you might have even cheated. We'll come to that in the next pillar.
Okay.
You might have disregarded their feelings. You might have neglected them. So all sorts of negative things that might have happened. But let's do this vow now. Let's make this promise, this commitment to start now and be a unique couple. Let's make our relationship the most important issue.
Exactly.
Let's be friends. Let's start off as that. Let's start over and let's be friends.
Yes. And I'm sure everybody knows what it takes to have a friendship. You have to be vulnerable with the person.
Yes.
You have to have open communication. You have to be honest.
Quality time.
Spending a lot of time. How many times, especially if you have girlfriends, always want to hang out, gossip and talk about people? Yeah, we do that too. My husband said, "I'm not your only little friend." Yes, you are. We're talking, we're doing that. You know, everybody at work who makes me mad, you're going to know.
I'd be like, "Oh, so that's who that is."
Yeah, exactly.
I was always hearing about this person, but now I'm putting a face.
I say, that's our That's it. Yes. Well, we have to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue talking more about pillars to strengthen your marriage. We'll be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the 2 S's, we're back with Island-ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
Welcome back, and I hope you are joining us today on Let's Talk. We're still talking, even though Jason is not here. And like I mentioned before, please call us at 352-8255 and continue to message us. I'm not sure if we have any more messages. Do we have any? Okay. That means you're doing a lot of listening. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm here still with Linda and Vito, and they're talking about their book that they wrote on the 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage. So feel free. I'm going to put in a shameless plug in there. You can purchase. We'll let you know where you can purchase a copy of the book. Interesting stuff. If there's anything in the book that they're talking, if it's the same thing, then you might want to get a copy. And so when we left off, we were talking about connection and intimacy. So I want you guys to pick up from there.
Yeah. Hey, what about reading this one? Yeah. Intimacy defined, because I think a lot of times we think intimacy is sex. And yeah, you have sex and intimacy and maybe not. But,
Right.
how we defined it and how we looked at intimacy is kind of like a different way. So we want to share this excerpt from the book.
For us, intimacy means connecting with your spouse on a spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, sexual, and financial level. It also means communicating ideas, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, desires, needs, and wants.
So
Awesome.
That's a lot.
First time I'm hearing the word finances come in a definition of intimacy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because
You have it.
yes, it's complete vulnerability with the person, complete openness.
Yeah.
Complete openness. And you know, I believe there's some people who are married for years and they still don't have a deep level of intimacy. Now, how do you build intimacy with your spouse?
So with this positive connection, right, you want to ensure there's laughter. You want to ensure there's acts of kindness. You want to ensure there's gratitude. You want to, I know Linda mentioned it earlier, QT, quality time. You want to spend time together. So you want to do all of those things because at the end of the day, all of it adds up and you get that positive connection and then you get that intimacy. So you have to do all of those things. You just can't want to do, like for men, we tend to be one-minded, one-track mind. That's majority of men. We need to move away from that and we need to dive deeper into our spouse. You know, find out more about your wife. So you have to do all of that, and all of that is a part of intimacy. Because many people tend to just look at intimacy one track mind. It's more than that.
Yeah. And we actually do have a list in the book.
Okay.
Of several of the things that you could do. We're
can
not going to
do.
give away all.
That's
but,
right.
You know, go ahead and get your
Get the
coffee.
Okay.
Look at the 4S. 4S one. You could go ahead and read that when you get the book. But you know, some of what Vito said as well. So you need to provide that environment, that safe environment. So you have to start with that. Because if your spouse doesn't feel safe to express themselves, then it is going to be difficult to establish the level of intimacy that you want, to make it deeper, to have it in all of these different areas. And that's why some people only achieve it in maybe 1 or 2. But in order to achieve it in multiple areas and at a deeper level, you have to first create that safe environment. Allow your spouse to know and trust the fact that, hey, they could share with you, they could be vulnerable, and you will not use it to hurt them, and you will not use it to or take that information to other people as well. Okay, so creating that safe environment is important. Ask questions. You want to do that. So, you know, ask your spouse questions. Ask them, you know, about their day. Ask them about their needs. Ask them about, you know, what they want to do. You know, just ask, and then be open to listen to when the response is given. So don't just ask the question and don't hear the response, okay? And then create memories together. And this one we love because, you know, we're going to create a memory. I think we took a picture in the car coming over.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
it's like, wait, yeah, but we're going to have that memory to say, this is when we were on. Let's talk, right?
Okay.
So we created memories, and it's not just one. It's different types. So the new experiences.
Yes.
And then you go, okay? So for example, you know, an event is coming up or whatever it is, and you go and experience that. We went to Clear the Clutter on Sunday. which was Edmund Monroe's church service, family, and everything togetherness. Okay, so we went to that, and that was a new experience for us, right? And so we could go to that, and the experiences we had there, we could share, we could relate.
Yes.
So driving back in the car, even though we was talking about some other stuff, we can discuss what happened, what took place, and how we felt, and boy, the pastor was this. We could say those things, and that helps us to be connected.
Yes.
That builds the intimacy. So when you create these memories, when you go to these different events and do things together, plant a garden, go to see a movie, go to the beach, just simple little things you're creating. Even washing the dishes together.
Yes.
Creates these memories that you could, that will help to get you connected. And so those are some of the things that you definitely could do to increase and build on this intimacy.
Yes. I love that. I think that's that's a very, very important thing. And I like the fact that you said that you can have intimacy in some areas and not others. And it's important to build intimacy in all the areas as much as possible. Because I know a lot of us, we have, and I like how you talked about spiritual intimacy. So you're supposed to be intimate with your partner in all of those ways, and that's a lot of ways. But you have shallow relationships that only start out with the physical, physical intimacy. And I hate to put it on men, but most men, they don't complain if the other intimacies are absent, but touch that physical one, yes,
they have a problem.
They're calling in the backup. But I think it's important, and for everyone, men, to understand too that the other aspects of financial intimacy is important.
Yeah.
And even for females, so some areas of intimacy are a little more important than others for us too. So we need to create that balance as well.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
And she talked about this physical one. I think we need to segue right into
the next pillar
number 4,
which is passion.
Okay.
Keeping the flame alive.
Yes.
Okay.
And passion is both emotional and physical, because we all know that it's the spark that keeps the marriage alive. And
especially for the men.
Yeah.
Yes, especially for the men. And I think we touched on it earlier, where statistics show that a man wants to have sex 5 times a week, a woman twice a week. Now, when you add that 5 plus 2, that's 7. And men would love that,
No, it's 5 take away 2 actually.
No, he's like,
what? Why are we adding?
Well, I kind of just put that there. But the statistics does say a man is 5 and the woman is 2. But yes, that is a big difference.
People have jobs.
Agreed.
Jobs.
That is a big difference. But you have to come together and you have to talk about it.
Yes.
And you have to make sure that both of you are in agreement with it. And the passion, it's very important. Like I said, it's emotional. It's also physical as well. So you want to make sure you have that passion in the marriage. And men, like mentioned, it's not just sex all the time. It's more than that. Sometimes your wife would just want to cuddle, just want to talk. So you want to make sure you talk about all of that and you do it.
So tell them about the secret to getting peace at night.
Please tell them. Please
tell them the secret.
Please tell them.
All the tricks he plays on me.
Oh boy. Let's hear it.
They have to get the book so they can make sure.
Just a teaser, please.
They can make sure.
So Vito would usually say, right? No, and we know that for majority, let's generally say, because some females have higher sex drives than maybe possibly their husbands. So we're just talking like generally, okay? So for a woman, she needs to be relaxed in order to have sex. And for a man, he needs sex to relax. And so it's like, hey, you come in with these 2 different extremes. And so I said, the trick he plays on me is because he would ensure, and I noticed, and he would start making sure and checking in on me during the day. Oh, how was your day? You feeling good? Everything is okay? And so it was like building up this rapport and the foreplay before the act, before the night.
Yes.
Right? And so by doing that, okay, we're making sure and we're soothing. And I know some people might think, oh, but I have to do all of that just to get, no, but it's worth the experience. If this person is your best friend, this person is your friend, you want them to enjoy this experience as well.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you're into other stuff and y'all into the peeing thing and stuff, then hey, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all have that conversation. But I'm talking generally.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a pleasurable act for both husband and wife.
But I've had, and right here on this very show, we've had men who have said, if it's theirs and if they are entitled to it, so to speak, not that exact word, but why should they have to work for it? Because I guess some people feel like they're working for it by doing all of that. What do you say to them?
And
to people who feel that way?
So the thing is, it isn't about my needs or desire, because I want to ensure that Linda is happy. She is satisfied. And that should be the goal of each spouse. Because as a man, you want to make sure you satisfy your wife. And as the wife, you want to make sure you satisfy your husband. And how do you accomplish that? Well, you have to communicate it. So Linda would have to tell me exactly, hey, well, you need to let's make sure we do this or do that, X, Y, Z. You got to have that communication so you can know. And by doing that, yes, I know this is mine. This is my property. I can get it anytime, whenever I want it. But you cannot have that approach.
Right.
You have to make sure both of you are on the same page. And we know what the old saying is, a man, he is like a gas stove. You turn him on, he's ready to go. A woman, on the other hand, she's a bit different. She has to build up to
Warm up, yeah.
So if you want to make sure it's enjoyable to your wife, you have to build her up. So at the end of the night, at the end of the day, whenever it is, both of you are happy, both of you are satisfied.
Agreed. And you said the key thing, if you want the other person to enjoy it, because you can do it, but a lot of persons have a very selfish approach to sexual intimacy. They go into it for their enjoyment and they're not thinking about the other person. And a lot of times, I don't think couples talk about this enough. Most times when this becomes a conversation is when persons are upset or when they're not getting enough. It becomes a conversation then, but usually this is not what would I call it, a proactive conversation or a preventative conversation to say, let's just talk about this so that we can prevent any issues. The expectations of how often, are we going to do this, even prior to the relationship. A lot of persons don't talk about this. I don't know if it's because of our culture or we just feel like we're so in love that this is not going to be a problem. Okay, we have a caller. Let's hear what this caller has to say. How do I answer this phone? This is normally Jason's job. Hello, caller, you're live.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How y'all doing, man? This is excellent. I joined the show late, but I came in time just for the gentleman to come with the math, the proper math. 5 plus 2 is 7. So his math is mathing all the way.
Is this Jason? Jason, why are you calling this show? You should have been here. You could make it. You have the nerve to be calling this show. And that is not good. You see?
My apologies, but this is good information that you guys are sharing. And just wanted to touch on the topic that you're speaking on now.
Okay.
Saying that, we have to make sure that the lady is, my wife, is ready, get her engine running before, if I want stuff to happen.
Yes.
I mean, even though scripture says our bodies are not ours, right? And I think y'all touched on that already.
Right.
Our bodies are not ours. Whatever the man wants, the man should be able to get. Whatever the woman wants, she should be able to get without any restrictions, right? We should be able to be there to please each other.
Right.
And Cheryl, you touched on it as well. Sometimes the parties are selfish and they only want their needs met, or they only want it to happen when they're ready for it to happen. And you hear the complaints from both sides where some men say, man, listen, I do whatever I need, and it's still a problem getting it from my wife. It's still an issue. So I would call, I would do the whatever, but it's like, it's still an issue. And I say that sometimes, whether she's in the mood or not, she needs to man up, put on her big girl pants, and do what she got to do. Because every time she's going to get it her way, and likewise to the men. He also have to be understanding, like, okay, yes, she has to be warmed up, and if she's not in the mood, she had a stressful day, okay, I need to back up. But when do the couples need to sit down and say, okay, enough is enough now? What's the issue?
Okay, Jason, hold on. I want you to stay on the line. I want to let our guests respond to your earlier comment when you say she needs to man up and do it, whether she feels like it or not. How do you guys feel about that? Stay on the line, Jason. I hope you don't have any other plans right now.
No.
Okay, good.
Well, since he said she, I guess I'll respond to the she part.
Okay.
So I agree and disagree at the same time.
Go ahead.
Because let me start it with a scenario with me, for example. I remember working in a little distance, probably about a half an hour drive from my home. And some days it would be so stressful working in that environment. I would come home and I would bring the stress home. And so that stress meant I was burdened, I was tired, I had headaches, I had whatever. I didn't want to be bothered, and I certainly didn't want no one to come and touch me. So I felt that. And then I had to take it in perspective. This is not just me. This is someone else in the relationship too. So I can't be selfish and just want things my way. Okay, yes, I want to relax. I want to be left alone, and that's it. Because in this marriage, and this is where the dead zone was coming, because it was like we were ships in the night, sailing at night. You come in the day, I come in at night. And, you know, we were like miles apart, even though we were still in the same physical place. And so I decided to change that. I don't know how I got I guess it was God. And so I used the drive to help me decompress, to help me release, to help me clear my mind. I used that time to energize me. If I needed to put on some music to relax me. And so by the time I got home, I wasn't in a state where, listen, I'm ready to deal with my children, I'm ready to deal with my husband, I would stay in the car for just a little few more minutes until I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I released all of that. And sometimes we just take it on and we hold on to it. So we hold on to whatever else is consuming us, and then we take it in our homes. We take all that negativity in our homes, and then we expect our homes to function the way we need it to. So we're not there for our spouses. And in this case, we're not there for them sexually because we are too stressed out doing something else. And so I had to learn, release that. Whatever it is, find a way to release that so you could be present. And so I made myself present. What did I need? If I needed to, okay, let me go and do a spa. If I needed to go and hang out, if I needed to go and watch the waves, whatever it was to get me relaxed and in a state where, okay, I'll be ready. Yeah, I want some too. Okay? But there were the times when...
I guess this is the disagreement, Jason. So
when, listen, it was not something that I was interested in. And yeah, be okay with that. Because there are times when I wasn't interested, when
you still
I put on my big man.
Panties.
Big girl.
Pants.
But
I took it for the team.
But you know, I guess that.
But it can't be all the time. It can't be taking it for the team all the time.
But men feel like
make me enjoy it sometimes too.
Agreed.
Or most of the times, like 90%, let it be both of us.
Yes.
And then maybe if the 5%, it was like I wasn't interested. But I get myself. Let me just do it. And then the other 5% would be like, oh, I'm taking it for the team. But it can't be 90% taking it for the team.
I agree.
No.
And I guess because the problem is never reversed, is it? Is there ever a time, guys, when you are not in the mood? God.
Yeah, very rare. Very rare.
Well, really? Jason, you hesitated. I doubt it. He just conjured up maybe once in every 20 years, really.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Really?
And even when we're not in the mood, we can turn it down.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's why that's 5 times a week for the men. That's
Exactly.
that's
Really?
the majority.
So is that true?
2 times maybe you're not interested or you fall asleep and you miss an opportunity and you're kind of upset, but.
Yeah.
Wait, we're talking about the 2 that end in the 5? You better take me out of here. Anyway, Jason.
Listen, stress is a serious thing. Stress kills marriages. Stress kills relationships.
You all know wives have a day job. Wives have a day job. Anyway, Jason, you were saying something else?
Maybe we shouldn't.
No. This is a great conversation. This is great conversation. I'm enjoying it. And these are some good nuggets. And thank you to your hosts for your guests.
Yes.
And especially it's refreshing to hear another woman, because Sharon mentioned that a few times, even though she's always on team woman. It's refreshing to hear another woman saying, sometimes you gotta man up. And men, we do have to be a little bit more understanding, because we could just turn it on and turn it off, Cause
Absolutely.
we that operates on its own. That have its own gas tank. That have its own system control. So we can operate on remote control, and women aren't like that. So
No.
we have to be understanding. So it is give and take, and it is 50. No, it's 100, not 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
100.
Definitely.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys, and continue, keep it up, man. Enjoying the conversation.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason. You're not here, but you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I know so that's the intimacy pillow.
Sex, right?
Number
I don't
five,
even know how to hang up the phone.
Number 4 was
Okay.
passion.
Yes.
All right, so I don't know if we're not gonna be able to get into all 7 because time is at hand. I know it's almost that time, but let's just take one more. Yes, it's 7 already. We started a little late, so we're gonna take another 3 minutes before we wrap up.
Okay.
So,
Number 5 is powerful communication, the lifeline of love.
yes,
And communication, that can be just that topic that can be just for the show.
absolutely.
Just for the
we
show.
actually did one on that. Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
communication can either cause a marriage to crumble or it can cause a marriage to grow. And communication covers everything, because you have to communicate everything that you need, everything that you want, all of your desires, all of your plans. And communication is a very broad topic, but like I said, powerful communication. That's important.
Definitely.
Excellent. I love how you put it, the lifeline of love.
Yeah.
The lifeline of love. So without communication or proper communication, there is no relationship. Pretty much, there is no relationship. You can't do anything without that. So let's talk about what are some of the things that happens as a result of lack of communication in a relationship.
So when there is no communication, there is no plan. So for the guys, no communication, no plan for sex. Let's get that one.
Okay, well put.
Straightforward.
Yes.
No beating around the bush,
Yes.
When there's no communication, then all sorts of different stuff. When we look at the home, who is taking care of the various, as simple as it can be, the chores, who's taking care of that, who's taking care of the kids, who's paying the bills. All those small, minute things can lead into problems, and all of that is a part of communication. Believe it or not, who's helping the kids with the homework after school, who's taking out the garbage, who's paying the bills,
Right.
who's putting gas in the car, who's taking the car to the mechanic shop. All these small little factors that we need on a daily basis, all of that is a part of communication.
Communication, yes.
And you need communication as it comes to future planning. What is the plan for vacation? How many kids we're gonna have? The kids going to college. It can be a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some stuff you want to add.
You know, they said the show was almost,
Well.
I'm trying to figure out how do we
Just-
right there.
Yes.
Yeah, because like even when we talk about, we talk about the intimacy, you need the communication to achieve that, and that will be in
Yes.
all the areas. Passion, sex, like Vito said, the future planning with goals and the communication. And sometimes people communicate, but it's negative.
That's true.
And so we have to mind the tune of our voices. And then we have to look at nonverbal as well. And
Yes.
females, we kind of do a whole lot of the nonverbal.
Yep.
And we may say yes with our lips, but our eyes and our body language and everything else is saying no. So we have to watch even how we communicate and kind of with non-verbally and bring that under subjection too.
Yes.
Like tell your face. And I know I have to do that a lot of times because sometimes my face will be showing things that, I might be feeling but not wanting to express, but it's there.
Right.
So I have to learn to, okay, it's my husband, it's my friend.
Yes.
This marriage is on a mission, so let me tone it down a little because you say your teeth, your mouth hard. And we get that because we like to and we want to say everything that comes to our mind, to our lips, and we just want to release it.
Yes.
Because we want to, whatever that hurt is we have inside, we want to just push that out. And when we do that, we're taking that and sending it out to someone else, right? And so we have to kind of learn to coat and bring this negative, whatever it is, under subjection.
Right.
And our face, our facial expression, body language, whatever, we have to communicate in love with our spouse. This is someone who's supposed to be on the same team as you.
Yes.
You're in this together. So let your words be seasoned with grace. And we have to learn to do more of that in our relationships.
Well put, well put, well put. I think we're going to wrap up now. I can't see the indication, but I'm sure he wants us to wrap up now. So I'm just going to give you each 30 seconds just in your wrap up. I know we didn't get to cover all 7 pillars, but I think we did 5. Okay, so you can just, what else do you want the viewers to hear before we go?
Oh, me? That's smart. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's be intentional about your relationship because it should be the most important issue. And sometimes we put all the effort into everything else and we neglect our relationship. And it could be simple things, just the 30 minutes a day, connecting with the quality time. Do that. Just be intentional about loving each other and watch how God makes a difference in your relationship. So you might think about giving up, but don't. Go ahead and grab a copy of our book and apply some of those principles and see. And then you can, message us and let us know, what really impacted and has impacted your relationship.
So I want to add that marriage is work. You have to put the work into your marriage. Just like we go on our jobs Monday to Friday or however we're working, and we work on our jobs. In marriage, you have to put in that work.
Yes.
On our jobs, we have seminars that we go to. We have refresher training courses that we go to. Well, in marriage, you need to attend marriage enrichment seminars, or you need to read good marriage books like 7 Pillars to strengthen your marriage.
That's it.
And you want to do it together as a couple.
Yeah.
And I know we spoke about spiritual aspect as well. Well, you can even use it as a devotional. You have all sorts of different ways, but you have to put the work in your marriage so your marriage can be successful.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that. 'Cause
Good
that's
stuff.
like, hey, we need to go and they need to come to our December 7th event. All white couples affair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's plug
okay.
in.
All right, we could talk about that another time, but definitely some key things that I loved having both of you here this evening. Communication is the lifeline of love. Marriage is on a mission. I love you just said that just now. Our marriage is on a mission, and this is something that I'm going to remember every time. That your marriage is on a mission. You're married for a purpose. and I know something else that you guys said, but the whole point is, you talk about marriage, and I love the passion that you have towards it. I love the fact that you talk from experience, and you were very honest and open, and that's the only way to help people is by being honest and open. So I just want to encourage our viewers who are with us today. Thank you so much for joining us on Let's Talk, and it was great to have the Patricks with us. Please try to reach out to them and purchase a book, 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Relationship. And like I said before, we talk about marriages a lot, or relationships a lot, because we know that relationship or marriage, that's the foundation of the family, foundation of our community, and our country on a whole. So I hope that you gleaned something from this evening, something that will help you. All right, so we'll see you next week, Tuesday, as we continue to talk more on Let's Talk. Have a good night.